Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom08, and this is episode 41 of my Billionaire Minecraft series where I will collect 1 billion iron ingots, gold ingots, diamonds, and emeralds using the All the Mod 6 mod pack in Modern Minecraft 1.16. In today's episode, I am going to set up some reactors from the mod Powah, and these are the top tier or the nitro tier reactors from the mod. And in the last episode, I set up a system to actually enable me to build the crystals that I needed to make the reactors. So the reason why I want to make reactors at this base is that right now I have I'm pretty much using all of the power that I can generate here now. Several episodes ago, I set up this building with a reactor, a heat exchanger down here, and a turbine. Since then, I've added 2 more turbines, and I've actually changed their configuration just a little bit. I've lengthened the turbines by 2, and I've replaced the coil blocks. I've changed them from ludicrite to vibranium. So vibranium is actually not that hard to find in the other dimension, so that's how I have so much of it. And right now these turbines are able to actually create 481,000 RF per tick, which is absolutely insane amount of energy. 2 of them actually are doing that, and then the third one up top actually doesn't have enough steam to quite do that. So it's running at half speed of the others and producing about half the amount of energy. So anyways, this base is already using over 1 million RF per tick, but I need more power, and my reactor is pretty much tapped out. It can't do anything more. So what I'm going to do today is install some reactors from the mod Powah. So I have this new building here. It is a gold building. Eventually I will be doing some gold ore processing here, but for right now I need more energy before I can do that, and I'm going to do that in the basement of this building. So to make these reactors, it's actually super simple. Is you have a reactor block, and it shows this outline here, and what this outline is basically where the reactor is going to be. The structure itself is 3 by 3 by 4 high. So once you put down the first block, and let's actually put this here, it actually auto places the rest of the blocks. So the reactor is just 36 of these reactor nitro tier blocks, and once it is done, it will change textures to be something like this. So the GUI is this right here. Very simply, the reactor only needs one thing to operate, and that's the uraninite, which I have in this black hole unit right now. But you can also add some other things. You can add coal, redstone, water, and then ice if you have water. So let's actually get this thing running, and then I'm going to make some more of these. So for right now, let's just get it running. So let's grab the uraninite supreme black hole unit. And I'm not sure where I'm going to put this as its final location, but for right now I can just place it right here. So I do have ultimate logistical transporters. Let's add that right there. Let's grab my configurator and tell it to throw in the uraninite into the reactor. So as we can see, it's generating 50,000 RF per tick. The thing is, as the reactor heats up, it actually produces less and less power. And yeah, so that's obviously not ideal. It's also using more uraninite as it heats up. So we're getting less power and we're using more uraninite. So one of the things that we can do automatically with this is we can turn auto mode on. And basically the reactor will stop when it is full, and then it will start when it has less than 70% of its energy, I think is what it was saying. So yeah, right now it would run until it's all the way full, then it will shut off, and then when that energy buffer falls below 70%, it will turn back on again. But as we can see, the usage of the uraninite is really a lot higher than it was before, and the temperature is also a lot higher. So what we can do is we can do a couple things to actually bring that temperature down. And the first thing is we can actually give it water. So let's do that right now. Let's add water right here. So let's actually throw in a mechanical pipe here and give it some water. So this should cool it down a little bit. And let's take a look at the temperature here. And so the temperature is falling, and if we hover over this, it's using a little bit less of the uraninite, and it's generating, it should be going up. Maybe it's just, okay, I'm not super sure why the generation is going down, but anyways, the temperature is falling, so that's good. So one thing we can do to actually make the temperature fall even more is to give the machine ice. And what we can do to do that is I have a machine from the thermal series of mods. It is called the Blast Chiller. So what it does is it takes water and it turns it into ice. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the input be on the left because we need to give it water. And then on the backside, we are going to do output. One thing I should have mentioned is that these sides with this right here are IO blocks. And you'll see that in just a second when I go to connect the water to this right here. And I can use this. Okay, so the pipe does connect up there. Maybe you can put IO anywhere now. But anyways, this will make ice. And so what we're going to do is we're going to tell this to automatically export the ice to the reactor here. And so that should bring down the temperature even more. However, the reactor is off because it's filled up its energy buffer. So let's actually turn this off, or the auto mode off. I was hoping it would kick back on, but apparently it won't. Okay, so actually one way I could kick it off is to actually hook it up to my energy grid, because my energy grid will drain it very quickly. So let's just go ahead and do that. So if I punch a hole in the wall somewhere over here, I should be able to hook up to my energy grid down there. And actually it'll be smarter to do over here, because this is the side of the building closer to that. So let's do that up here, and we'll just run this conduit across, and let's run it across the top of the room here, and then we can actually connect up to the top of the reactor. So I think it would be right here. So let's run this straight over now, and then I can just run it straight down into the top of the reactor. Boom. So that should drain it super quick, and so the reactor should kick back on. Okay, so it is on. Yeah, I just didn't realize it. It's on. It's just all the energy is being scooped away. So that's cool. And as we can see, we're generating. We're actually using less and less of this uranite. However, we're generating the same 48,000 RF per tick, or forge energy per tick. And that's because we were able to bring the temperature down to 100 C, which is its, I believe, optimal operating temperature. And that's because we have ice and we have water. So the ice doesn't work without water. You can throw an ice in here without the water. However, it won't do anything. So there's a couple more things we can do here to make this reactor better. Right now it's generating 50,000 RF per tick. Actually, that's kind of weird. I thought it would just stagnate at 50. Okay, so maybe it just fluctuates a little bit. Not 100% sure. Okay, I see. I think I know what's going on here. Once it gets back up to the 1,000 millibuckets worth of stored uranite in here, it actually produces more power than it does later on in the cycle. I think that's what's going on. I'm not 100% sure about that. So one thing we can add is, I think it says carbon, but I'm not sure if there's any other carbon we can add other than coal. It might be able to do charcoal. But I'm going to go ahead and add, and that's the wrong thing there. I need the logistical transporter here. We can add coal to this. So if we, and actually I need to make that an output real fast. And that should throw coal in here. So I think what it does is it allows it to run hotter, but it also generates more power. We can see here it's now generating 56,000 RF per tick. Versus before it was generating 47,000 RF per tick. It is going down because the amount of uranite actually was falling, but now that that picked up back to 1,000 millibuckets, it went back up again. So one last thing we can do is we can add redstone. So let's do that as well. And let's grab the ultimate logistical transporter here. And I keep grabbing the wrong things. And we need to set this to be output. And let's see what this thing can really do. So this is generating even more power. It is running a little bit hotter, so the usage of the uranite is a little bit up as well, but it is producing a lot more power. Now it's doing about 78,000 RF per tick, or forge energy per tick. I assume that the range is something like 80,000 to maybe like 70,000, depending on when it refills. So yeah, it seems to be maybe 82,000 I predict is the top of what it can do. But anyways, what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to tear all of this out because I want to build more reactors, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and install these things for real, but they're going to be connected to all the reactors. So let's go ahead and tear all this stuff out. And actually I can grab my configurator and set it to wrench mode by scrolling while I'm holding the shift key there. And let's grab all of this stuff. Actually, I probably didn't need to do that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to install more reactors. I'm not sure. I have the ability to make 10 of these, although I don't really think they'll fit 10 of them in here very well. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do 8. So maybe one here. Is that about the... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do 7 more of these reactors, and it's going to take a little bit for these to auto build. So once they are all built, I will be right back. So I have the 8 reactors built, and actually that was a little bit quicker than I thought because I was able to build multiples of them at the same time. So the first thing I want to do is I want to hook the rest of these up to the energy grid. 3 of the other 3 that I built along the back row there obviously automatically connected up to the grid because the conduit was actually already placed over to where I built them. So let's just go ahead and run the rest of this here and connect these guys up. Okay, so they're all connected up. Now let's get them some uranite here. So I think I would like to... Actually, I don't think it's possible to run everything underground, but I can run a decent amount of stuff underground. Let's actually put this, say, right here and grab the ultimate logistical transporter. And actually, you know what? I might want to move that. No, actually, you know what? I want that up front. And that's just so I can see exactly how much fuel I have left. Because this is something I'm probably going to have to cycle through some of these Supreme Black Hole units. As you can see, I only have 59,000 of those, of the uranite here. So yeah, I'll probably have to replace that at some point. And I might as well go ahead and put the redstone and the coal near here as well. So let's do... You know what, let's hide this guy behind those. And what we can do is we can get the ultimate logistical transporter and set these up something like so. I do want to disconnect the... Oh, whoops, I did not mean to do that. I didn't mean to break. I just meant to disconnect it. So I actually need to scroll here. Configure items works fine. Let's set this to be out, out, and out. So there we go, and now we need to, all of the uranite, coal, and redstone is hooked up to these 2 reactors. Let's go ahead and hook it up to the rest of the reactors, and so that'll be pretty simple. If I just run it something like this, and actually I don't need that one, and then we can connect up these guys over here, like so. So actually because I'm just a little bit OCD, I do want to disconnect the ones that aren't connected to the IO sides of the reactor. This doesn't make any difference whatsoever. It's just kind of my OCD, I guess. So let's do that, and then all of these reactors should be on, but they don't have water or ice. So let's go ahead and do that. And I need to figure out how exactly I want to do this. Maybe on the bottom side. I think I'm going to do the water on the bottom side, and then I need to figure out exactly where I want to do the ice. So let's go ahead and use this because this is a little bit quicker. Let's set it to single block mode, and let's tear some stuff up. Okay, that is fine. And then I need to come up here and do the same thing. So it'll work if I go right here. And I went one too far, but that's fine. And then we need to go this way. So yeah, I'm not going to have enough stone to make all of this look nice, but that's okay. I won't have to super worry about that today. So let's get the ultimate mechanical pipe. That's what I need for the water here, and let's start running this. And the last thing I'm actually going to do is add the water to the pipe here. So let's do that, and then we can run it over. Where's my get out point? Right there. Okay, cool. Now I can hook up that, and I can get out. Okay, so somewhere down here I need to have a sink, and that can be just about anywhere, to be honest. So let's just put it right here. And then I need to set that up to extract the water. There we go. And so the reactors all should have water. Oh, they're not getting water. Oh, that one's not getting water because I didn't hook it up. So I need to grab the mechanical pipe and do that. I think that should be right there. So let's make sure that they all have water, because obviously I completely spaced on getting that one connected up. So it looks like they all have water. That's pretty fantastic. So now what I need to do is I need to add the blast chillers, and I need to get them water. The blast chillers will actually get the energy that they need to run from the reactors themselves, so that's not a problem at all. I think these ones on the back row, let's just go ahead and do the blast chillers on the back side. So what I need to do with their configuration is I just need to set them up to be insert on the bottom side and output to the back. And I'm not really sure why this is not getting energy. I bet it would if I did that. Yeah, so I'm not super... I might actually have to hook them up to the energy conduit, which is not ideal. I was hoping they'd be able to just get the energy from the reactor. Yeah, apparently not so much. So that's a little bit unfortunate there. So I need to replace that with the ultimate mechanical pipe, and I have more of that, so let's use that. Okay, once again, input from the bottom, output to the backside. We need to have that auto output. Now I need to do the same thing with these guys, with the rest of them. Input on bottom, output to back, auto, and then this one as well. And then on the 4 up front, I need to actually place them in a slightly different location, which is going to be a little bit annoying, but it's fine. Auto output. On the 2 on the sides, let's do it from the side. So right here. And then once again, input, output, auto output enabled. Okay, my cat is yelling at me again. And then auto output on that one. Now we just need to connect up these two, and I can actually do these right here. So this isn't too bad. It's kind of symmetrical, not 100%, but it still should look all right. So let's once again input, output, auto output enabled, and then right here, input, output, auto output enabled. So it looks like I actually do need to hook these up to energy. So let's go ahead and do that while we're here. And it shouldn't be that big of a deal. It's just I was hoping I didn't have to do that. Traditionally, they would be able to draw power from the reactor. However, all of the power is being routed through these cables. So that's why I wasn't able to do that, obviously. Okay, there we go. Now we just need to do the backside ones, and then I think this will be a nice way to generate power. The uraninite, I have lots of the dense uraninite ore at my main base, so I might have to, like I said, replace these black hole units probably somewhat soon, but that's not a big deal. I do have lots of coal, I have lots of redstone, so those ones probably won't need to be replaced for quite a while, but the one with the fuel will probably need to be replaced sooner rather than later, but that's not really a big deal. So the thing is, I built 8 of these today in a very quick amount of time. They typically generate, let's just say, an average of 75,000 RF per tick. So there being 8 of them, if I just round down to 70,000 RF, just for easier math, it's over 560,000 RF per tick. And this is actually a pretty simple setup, and I am pretty happy with it. So I think that is a good wrapping up point. So in today's episode, I built this little system down here with these nitro tier reactors from the mod Powah. And I basically added everything that you can possibly add to the reactor. I added ice, water, redstone, and coal. So basically I'm getting as much generation out of these things that I can. And they actually run very efficiently when you do have the ice and the water. And yeah, getting a lot of power for my Uranite, and I'm pretty excited about that. This base definitely needed more power, and if you even look over here, I have part of my system shut off that I built between episodes. I just basically extended the system, but I have part of it turned off because I just don't have the power to run it all. So hopefully I'll be able to do that now that I have all of these hooked up, and I am pretty happy with that. So if you enjoyed today's episode, definitely feel free to drop a like down below. If you enjoy watching automation in modern Minecraft, definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. If there's anything I could have done better or differently, also let me know down in the comments below, as I do read all the comments. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.